Hey, movie lovers! Welcome to Breakdown Movies, the channel where we dive deep into your favorite films and break them down so you know exactly what's going on. Today we're talking about Paddington in Peru, the third movie in the adorable Paddington Bear series. This film is a heartwarming, hilarious, and adventurous journey that takes our favorite bear from London to the jungles of Peru. So grab a marmalade sandwich, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for more breakdowns, and let's head to Peru with Paddington. Oh, and spoilers ahead. If you want to watch the movie first, pause now and come back. Let's get started. All right, let's dive into Paddington in Peru, directed by Dougal Wilson. This movie is all about Paddington Bear, a polite marmalade loving bear from Peru who's now living in London. If you've seen the first two films, you know he's part of the Brown family, always getting into funny mishaps, but winning hearts with his kindness. This time, the story takes him back to his roots in Peru, and it's packed with adventure, mystery, and family vibes. Here's the full story, step by step. The movie opens with a flashback to Paddington's childhood in Peru. He's a tiny cub, voiced by Ben Whishaw, climbing a tree to grab an orange for marmalade. The branch snaps and he falls into a raging river. His Aunt Lucy, voiced by Imelda Staunton, dives in to save him, pulling him to safety. She gives him a special bracelet and tells him, "If you're ever lost, roar and I'll roar back." This moment sets up their deep bond and becomes super important later. Now we jump to present day London, at 32 Windsor Gardens, where Paddington lives with the Brown family. There's Mr. Henry Brown, played by Hugh Bonneville, a cautious dad who's trying to impress his boss. Mrs. Mary Brown, now played by Emily Mortimer, replacing Sally Hawkins, who's feeling emotional because her kids are growing up. Judy, who's off to university. Jonathan, who's obsessed with building quirky inventions. And Mrs. Bird, the no-nonsense housekeeper played by Julie Walters. Paddington, still his polite self, has just become a British citizen and gets a shiny new passport, which he's super proud of. But he's also missing Aunt Lucy, who raised him in Peru before sending him to London. One day, a letter arrives from the Home for Retired Bears in Peru, written by the Reverend Mother, played by the amazing Olivia Colman. She says Aunt Lucy has been acting strange, missing Paddington, not joining in activities, and seeming sad. Paddington is worried and decides he has to visit her. The Browns, sensing a chance for one last family adventure before Judy and Jonathan leave home, agree to go with him. Mrs. Brown especially wants to hold the family together. So they pack their bags and off they go to Peru. When they land in Peru, the scenery is breathtaking. Lush jungles, colorful markets, and winding rivers. They head to the Home for Retired Bears, a cozy place where elderly bears live, kind of like a bear nursing home. The Reverend Mother greets them with a big smile and a quirky song, almost like something from The Sound of Music. But then she drops a bombshell. Aunt Lucy isn't there. She's gone missing in the jungle, leaving behind only her glasses and the bracelet she gave Paddington as a cub. Paddington is heartbroken but finds a map in Lucy's room with a location marked Roomy Rock, deep in the Amazon jungle. He's sure it's a clue to finding her. The Browns decide to search for Aunt Lucy, though Mr. Brown is nervous about the jungle and Mrs. Bird stays behind to keep an eye on things at the bear home. At the river, they meet Hunter Cabot, a charming but slightly shady riverboat captain played by Antonio Banderas, and his teenage daughter Gina, played by Carla Taus. Hunter's boat is a rickety old thing, but he agrees to take them to Roomy Rock. He notices Paddington's bracelet and starts acting weird, telling them about the legend of El Dorado, a mythical city of gold hidden in the jungle. Roomy Rock is a known starting point for treasure hunters, but most who go there never return. Hunter's obsessed with finding El Dorado, believing the bracelet is a key, and he's haunted by visions of his ancestors urging him to chase the gold. As they sail down the river, the journey gets wild. Paddington tries to help steer the boat, but accidentally causes chaos, like when he gets tangled in ropes or spills marmalade everywhere. Classic Paddington moments. The Browns are dealing with their own issues. Judy's stressed about university. Jonathan's inventions keep backfiring, and Mr. and Mrs. Brown are bickering about parenting. Meanwhile, Gina and Hunter argue too. Gina wants her dad to give up his dangerous treasure hunting dreams and focus on their family, but Hunter's too stubborn. Things take a dramatic turn when the boat hits rough waters. Hunter, distracted by his gold fever, falls overboard during a storm, and the boat crashes onto the riverbank. The group is stranded, and Paddington gets separated from the Browns in the chaos. Alone in the jungle, he's scared, but remembers Aunt Lucy's advice to roar if he's lost. He roars, hoping for a response, but hears nothing. Eventually, he stumbles upon Roomy Rock, a massive stone formation covered in ancient carvings. To his shock, Hunter is there, having survived the river. Hunter's now fully consumed by his obsession and chases Paddington, thinking the bracelet will lead him to El Dorado. Just in time, the Browns and Gina find Paddington, and there's a tense standoff. Mr. Brown, usually timid, steps up to protect Paddington, showing his growth as a dad. But then, a bigger twist hits. The Reverend Mother arrives with Mrs. Bird, who's tied up. The Reverend Mother reveals her true identity. She's Clarissa Cabot, Hunter's long-lost cousin, and she's been behind everything. She faked Aunt Lucy's disappearance and sent the letter to lure Paddington to Peru because she knew his bracelet was linked to El Dorado. She's just as greedy as Hunter and holds the group at gunpoint, demanding the bracelet. Hunter, seeing Gina's disappointment in him, finally snaps out of his gold fever. He turns on Clarissa, refusing to let her hurt anyone. In the scuffle, Paddington and the Browns use the bracelet to unlock a hidden mechanism in Roomy Rock. A secret passage opens and they all tumble inside, escaping Clarissa for the moment. Inside, they expect to find a glittering city of gold, but instead, they discover something even better. An orangery, a hidden grove filled with orange trees, glowing under the sunlight. It's not gold, but it's paradise for a marmalade-loving bear like Paddington. And then, the biggest surprise? Aunt Lucy is there, alive and well, living with a tribe of bears who call the orangery home. She explains everything. This orangery is where Paddington was born. As a cub, he was part of this tribe, and the bracelet was his, a gift from his parents. After he got lost in the river, Lucy raised him, but she never told him about the tribe to protect their secret. When she went missing, she was actually visiting the orangery to reconnect with her roots. The bears rescued her, and she's been staying with them, happy and safe. Paddington is overjoyed to find Aunt Lucy and meet his birth tribe. He spends time with them, making marmalade and learning about his heritage. The bears are just like him, polite, marmalade-obsessed, and a bit clumsy. It's a beautiful moment, but it also brings a tough choice. The tribe invites Paddington to stay, but he realizes his true home is with the Browns in London. Aunt Lucy supports his decision, saying she'll always be with him in spirit. The Browns, too, have grown closer through the adventure. Mrs. Brown accepts her kids' independence, Mr. Brown feels more confident, and Judy and Jonathan appreciate their family more. Before leaving, the group deals with Clarissa. Hunter and Gina help trap her, and she's later sent to a polar bear retirement home as punishment. Yep, polar bears. The movie wraps up back in London. Paddington is back at Windsor Gardens, sharing marmalade sandwiches with the Browns. Mr. Brown gets a promotion after impressing his boss with his jungle stories. Mrs. Brown starts painting again, and the kids settle into their new paths. Paddington writes to Aunt Lucy, promising to visit Peru again. Oh, and there's a hilarious post-credits scene where a familiar character from the series pops up. Stay through the credits for it. That's the full story of Paddington in Peru. It's a roller coaster of emotions, from Paddington's worry about Aunt Lucy to the thrilling jungle chase and the heartwarming reunion. The movie mixes humor, like Paddington's passport photo mishap, with deeper moments about family and identity, making it perfect for kids and adults. And there you have it, the complete breakdown of Paddington in Peru. This movie is a love letter to fans of the series, with all the charm, laughs, and heart you'd expect from Paddington. It's about finding where you belong, cherishing family, and staying kind even when things get tough. The Peruvian setting is gorgeous. The cast is stellar. Shout out to Olivia Colman's sneaky nun and Antonio Banderas' wild captain. And Paddington remains the most lovable bear in cinema. If you've seen the movie, what was your favorite part? Did you cry during the Aunt Lucy reunion? Are you excited for a possible Paddington 4? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't watched it yet, it's rated PG with some mild jungle peril and emotional scenes, so it's great for families, but maybe check for younger kids. You can catch it in theaters or wait for streaming. Thanks for watching this breakdown on Breakdown Movies. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time, keep watching movies, keep spreading kindness, and always keep a marmalade sandwich handy. See you in the next breakdown.